Hello, everybody. Welcome to All Things Awareness. My name is AQ, and this is All Things Awareness, where you thrive through insights. Now, All Things Awareness, why All Things Awareness? Let me give a bit of background as to why I created this channel. The reason why I created this channel is because I wanted to educate individuals on credit and financial products, while obviously sharing my experience as a leader in the financial services industry, where I worked for over 15 years. Now, throughout my career, I engaged with a lot of individuals, a lot of, a lot of communities, and it was a beautiful and an exciting journey. But as much as it was a beautiful and an exciting journey, it also saddened me to experience or to witness the widespread lack of financial education, amongst these communities. And this gap affected both the mass market as well as the more affluent markets. My goal is to make sure that the next time you engage with a financial services provider, you are well informed, you are equipped, and you're confident in your decisions. Without wasting any more time, let's get on to today's topic. So, before we get on to today's topic, I would like to make a very important announcement. Please note that in this channel, I am not providing financial advice. For any financial advice, please consult your financial advisor for a more personalized financial guidance. All right, now let's get right on to today's topic. So in today's topic, we're going to discuss the difference between a credit card, personal loan, as well as an overdraft. We will look at what are the costs involved, whether it's a secured or non-secured credit facility, whether it's revolving or non-revolving, the ways of repaying these facilities. And lastly, we are also going to have a look at which one attracts the highest interest rate or which one tends to be more expensive. Okay, so let's look at the credit card. What is a credit card? Basically, a credit card, simply put, is a plastic that gets issued to a consumer or a customer or a client by an FSP with a credit limit loaded onto the card, and that limit needs to be, if you use it, you need to pay it back. Simple as that. That is a credit card. What are the costs involved when it comes to a credit card? So the costs involved when it comes to a credit card, firstly, it's the initiation fee. So the initiation fee is charged to initiate an application. So this fee is only effective when you accept the credit card or when you accept the contract and you take up the credit card. That's the only time you're going to pay initiation fee. Then you also have the service fee. The service fee is a fee that is charged on a monthly basis, and this is for the credit card account. Then you have the maintenance fee, that the maintenance fee is charged on a monthly basis, and the maintenance fee is to maintain the card itself, the plastic. Then you have the interest rate, and as you would know, we have two types of interest rates. We have the variable interest rate as well as the fixed interest rate. Credit cards are usually on the variable interest rates, meaning when the interest go up, your installment on the credit cards go up. When the interest goes down, the installment on the credit card also goes down. Lastly, you have the credit life insurance. So credit life insurance, it's there to assist you in case of death, disability, or retrenchment. Next time you go and get a credit card or any form of credit, if that FSP is offering a credit life insurance, please ask your financial advisor to explain to you what is the benefit of a credit life insurance. And the conversation must not be only limited to, no, it will pay out in case of death, disability, or retrenchment. It is way more deeper than that. So please ask them to give you an explanation as to how does it work, how will it pay out, when will it pay out, the amount that it will pay out, because it might not pay out in full. So if you're going to pay on a monthly basis, you need to know exactly what you're paying for. So these are the main fees. So remember, whenever you go and get credit anywhere, there are fees for that credit, for you obtaining that credit. So just be aware and be alert, be aware and be alert. Now, the second part of it, is a credit card a secured credit facility? No, a credit card is not a secured credit facility, meaning that you are not required or requested to bring in, like an investment to seed it as security. You don't have to bring in your house or your car as security. It is not a secured credit facility. Is it a revolving credit facility? Yes, a credit card is a revolving facility, meaning that once when you make a payment at the end of the cycle, when you make a payment, the interest rates gets taken out, or rather all the fees get taken out. Whatever remains, it is made available to you again for use. And what are the ways to repay the credit card? So there are three main ways in order for you to repay the credit card. The first one is the best one, but not the most affordable one, which is the payment in full. Not everybody can pay their credit cards in full, but if you're able to pay it in full, great, you do it. Pay it in full. In fact, it's the best thing to do. But you don't also have to go crack your head if you can't pay it back in full. There are other ways, and we're going to talk about the other ways right now. The good thing is that when you pay it in full, it's saving you on interest, it's saving you on the tenure, or the time period that you would have the credit card. Now, the second way of paying the credit card is the minimum amount, which is normally 5% of what you have used. Okay, so the 5% gets calculated of what you have used, not of the full amount, but of what you have utilized. That's the 5%. Then the last one is a fixed instruction that you would give to the credit provider. You tell them, let's say you have a credit card of 10,000 rand credit limit, and you tell them that on a monthly basis, I am going to pay 2,000 rands. Okay, on this specific date, I'll pay 2,000 rands, or you can do a automatic payment order, which is a stop order, which is a debit order. It's called an automatic payment order, whereby the bank or the FSP deducts from your account. But just remember, if the instructed amount is less than the 5%, then the 5% gets taken. The highest gets deducted, or you will be requested to pay the 5%, which is the highest. And that's the credit card in a nutshell. Now, let's move on to the overdraft. What is an overdraft? Basically, an overdraft is a credit facility that gets attached onto your check account or your current account. The check account, current account, it's the same thing. It's a credit facility that gets attached to your check account. And this credit facility, you're able to use it as and when you want to use it. This allows your account to go onto a negative balance up until the credit limit that they have issued to you. What are the costs involved? The same as the credit card, but what I've seen lately is that some of the FSPs or some of the banks are now offering, bundles. For instance, if you have a credit card and you have a check account and you have an overdraft, and depending on the level of check account that you have, because there are different types of check account, depending on the level of the check account that you have, then the maintenance fee, then you don't pay the maintenance fee. But just speak to your financial advisor or speak to your banker and find out what is the level of your check account, and find out whether they do not, offer bundles. They find out whether they do not offer bundles, and see if you can upgrade it to a bundle. It's totally up to you. Um, what are the ways that you pay what are the ways that you pay an overdraft? So ways of paying an overdraft is, well, you only have two ways. It's either you pay it in full, or you request from your bank to reduce it on a monthly basis. Actually, you can actually now do it on your app. You reduce it, you reduce it on a monthly basis, depending what amount you're able to afford every month. It reduces up until zero, or if you want to take it, let's say you have a credit facility or an overdraft facility of 10,000 rands, and you no longer want it to be 10,000 rands, but you want it now at 5,000 rands, you are able to deduct it to 5,000 rands. One of the good things about the overdraft facility is that it's very flexible, and you don't really feel it, because all you pay back is the interest and the service fee. You're not required to sort of pay an installment on a monthly basis, unlike the credit card. So it's a very flexible credit. It's a very flexible credit facility. Is an overdraft a secured lending facility? For an individual, it's not secured, but for a business, depending on the amount that you want, and it also depends on the turnover and the business turnover, you might be requested to bring in security. and it also depends on the financial risk. But for individuals, no, it is not a secured credit facility. Is it revolving? Yes, an overdraft is a revolving credit facility. You are still able to use it. You are able to use it as long it remains in your check account until you decide you no longer want it. So it is a revolving credit facility. And yeah, those are the ways, that is the overdraft in a nutshell. Now, the personal loan, very famous personal loan. All right, so what is a personal loan? A personal loan is basically a lump sum of money that gets paid, that you go into a bank or FSP, you request for a personal loan. Well, sometimes you don't even go there anymore. You are able to now request it on your phone. A lump sum of money gets paid into your account. You use it every month. You have to pay it back for a period of time, depending on what the agreement is between you and the service provider. Okay. What are the fees involved? The very same fees as the credit card, as well as the overdraft. But one thing that I want to mention about the personal loan is that on the personal loan, on the initiation fee, you do have an option to either pay that upfront or include it onto the onto the duration of the contract. So you also do have that option. What are the ways of paying it back? On a monthly basis through a debit order, you pay back the personal loan. Personal loan is really not so flexible, unlike the credit card as well as the overdraft. It's a once-off thing. You get it, you pay it, and pay it back. Is a personal loan secured? Personal loan is not secured. Personal loan is also not a revolving type of credit. Okay, and that is it on the three main credit products. Just the final thoughts on the three main credit products. So, first of all, when thinking of applying for a credit product, you need to plan around it. It shouldn't be something that is so spontaneous. You need to plan around it, decide on the amount, decide on the product. It is very important. I have seen individuals time and time again go into an FSP, or yeah, they go into an FSP and they say, I want 30 or 40,000 rands of a personal loan. An assessment gets done. Then they find out that they can actually qualify for 100,000 rands. Now they no longer want the 30,000 rands. They all of a sudden want 90,000 rands. The costs of you borrowing more than what you want increases. So that particular product, that particular credit product starts becoming expensive. So decide on the amount that you need. Make sure that that's the amount that you need. The second thing is make additional payments. If you're in a position of making additional payments, even if it's 100 rands or 50 rands or 150 rands, make additional payments. It does help in reducing the interest. It does help in reducing the time that you will spend paying that credit product. It is very important. If you can, please do it. The third thing is cultivate a habit of saving. When you save 100 rands, you're not necessarily saving to get rich, but you're cultivating a habit of saving. Today this month you start with 100 rands, then you add another 100, you add a 50 rands, you're now saving 150, then you add a 200 rands, you're now saving 300 rands. Before you know it, you're saving 1,000 rands. So it's just there for you to cultivate a habit of saving for emergencies. And the last thing is make sure that you pay the credit facilities when you have to pay it. Don't pay it late. Pay the correct amount. In fact, a debit order is the right, it's the easiest way to manage your credit. When you don't manage your credit facilities properly, it can cause you anxiety, financial stress, and it can have a very bad impact on your overall mental health and your overall, with your overall health. So make sure that you are managing your credit products properly. This is all that we have for today. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and click on that notification button so that you are notified when we upload new content. And if you like this content, you are more than welcome to please communicate or comment on the comment box. We have an email address. You're more than welcome to email me. You're more than welcome to send me a WhatsApp. There is a WhatsApp number on the description box. I don't take calls for now as yet, but email me, send me a WhatsApp. Any questions that you have, you're more than welcome to send it to me. If I can answer it, I will answer it. If I can't answer it, and I would also tell you, no, I can't answer it, or I will refer you. But yeah, let's engage and let's talk. Stay aware and stay informed. Till next time, thank you and goodbye.